Welcome to Gamebros. This is... Wait up. How come I couldn't hear it?
I don't know. What'd you do?
Great.
Uh-oh.
We have that problem again.
Well,
this is Google.
And this is Hitman.
And this is Prodigy, behind the camera.
Coming to you live from our Gamebros studios here in beautiful Miami, Florida. And yes, we are live. And
L-I-V-E.
Live on Sundays.
Every Sunday at 7 p.m.
Hitman, welcome back.
Woo. Yes, thank you.
The girls finally let you go.
No, it was a tragic event.
Remember that fangirl from 5 years ago?
No, I try not to remember.
Honey Boo Boo.
No, it wasn't Honey Boo Boo. That's something else, but maybe it looked like
I think that was her name, was it not?
I don't know.
I might be a bit mistaken.
Fans, nonetheless, are good fans.
Yeah,
Better than no fans.
We'll take all of them.
We'll take any.
But no, yeah, I'm glad to be back. There was obviously the coronavirus. It was a little scarier than before. We were doing it in the summer. Yeah, we had some close calls, so I decided to take a little hiatus. But I do miss the show. I miss the studio. I
don't
fans.
blame you,
everybody.
to be honest with you, for not coming, dude.
No, I mean, so I was talking with some friends. And I'm like, yeah, man. You could still be around people that have caught COVID, and it's like after 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It's probably been months since I've been back. When was the last time I was on the show? September, maybe? No, not even.
Whoa.
July?
Maybe July.
Yeah,
July.
yeah, when the cases really spiked.
Julie was here.
That was July.
No. Julie was here on the show?
Yeah.
No, I think...
No, I was here before that.
I think Hitman did come.
I mean, after that. I was here after that.
A week or two after that as well.
Yeah, I was on. But yes, thanks for having me back. I'm glad to be back. And I'll be back for going forward. So,
let's jump.
What did I miss out on?
A lot of stuff.
I've been in a chronologic chamber.
Most of the time, all we were doing is crying about the fact that we couldn't get a PS5. PlayStation 5. And we all know that you have like 9 of them pre-ordered.
Oh yeah, I've been busy trying to get a PlayStation 5.
That's where you were this whole
that's
time.
where I've been. I've been in a hiatus looking for a PlayStation 5 because I gotta have one at launch. I've never had a PlayStation at launch. Never.
What?
I've always had it like Christmas, maybe. Not even Christmas. I don't even think I opened up a PlayStation on Christmas. I'm pretty sure I got it either a year after that or 5 months after. PS4 I got in March.
Okay, so
but that was a dark time back then, so I wasn't even playing PlayStation
dark
then.
Time.
Yeah.
Wow, were you like in a dungeon somewhere?
Yeah, I wasn't playing any video games.
Somewhere.
I wish I had been. But now I'm gonna get it at launch.
Now you're the papi of the house.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. Not 1, but 2. So sorry, the microphone's in the way. But yeah, I'm excited for PlayStation 5, man.
That's crazy. I thought you were one of the, at least for maybe not PS2 because you were kind of young for PS2, but for PS3 for sure. I thought maybe you were. Oh no,
well, I was young for PS2, but I was young for PS1. But I have PlayStation 1 also.
But you were Xbox 360 guy.
No. Well, yeah, I had an Xbox 360, but my first console. Well, no, I shouldn't say my first console. We've had this conversation. It was Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
But yeah, ever since PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 came out,
But
I've always had
go
PlayStation.
to Xbox for a little bit and then came back?
Yeah, because it came out first. Just like what's happening. No, it actually doesn't happen anymore. But PlayStation 3 didn't come out till 2006.
Yeah.
Xbox came out 2005.
Yeah.
So that's why I became an Xbox fan, because that was when as we've said this before, when HG jumped and real next gen graphics was. It wasn't, even though PlayStation 1, PlayStation 3 was next gen also, but it was like, okay, wow, this looks really realistic.
Yeah.
Madden 2005 or 2006 with Donovan McNabb on the cover was like blew my mind. So I was like, I have to have Xbox 360.
Yeah, that was when you could see the sweat on the players and all that.
Yeah, exactly. And even then, I didn't get that one at launch. I bought my Xbox 360 used from a friend. We had like a bunch of games. He had Madden especially, and that's why I became an Xbox fan. But yeah, no, I never got anything at launch. So this is my first time.
When the PS2 came out, I was actually in Bolivia.
Midnight Club.
When that came out.
Midnight Club was my launch game. Well, I think it was the game I played on PlayStation 2.
On PlayStation 2.
Yeah. Got the Boo box, man. That was like one of the greatest days of my life.
That was a couple years later then, because the first couple of games that came out on the PlayStation 2 were, I remember Tekken Tag.
Tekken Tag was a launch title?
Yeah.
I played it, but later. I played it much later.
And like I said, I was in Bolivia when the PlayStation 2 came out. Then I was on my missionary stuff.
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible. I was on a very, very, very 2-year mission over there. Took us 2 years to finish that mission, espionage that I was over there. But the PlayStation 3 I did get at launch, and I remember popping in Resistance: Fall of Man.
Oh yeah.
And playing Resistance was to me boom, just mind blowing.
Amazing.
And it was such a great game.
Best launch title till this day on any game, on any platform, except
Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Zelda,
Then 64 had amazing games. Still to this day, I was watching a video the other day of the top selling Nintendo 64 games, GoldenEye being one of them, and the whole basically how they made that game and how it even came to be, and it came out 2 years after the film.
Yeah.
Which I didn't really realize. But yeah, Resistance definitely was one of the best launch title games. I don't remember when I got my PlayStation 3. I want to say I got it sometime in March.
Okay.
Because I kept everything. I keep the freaking receipts to shit sometimes. Sorry. I keep the receipts, and I had that receipt, and it was marked in March. But yeah, that was Resistance was huge. It was super, super great game.
Okay, so something that happened. I don't know if we're gonna hit the news.
I just want to
do it.
I like this conversation. It was a good conversation.
Yeah.
We don't always have time to go back into video game history. Your history.
This is the only time we get to talk about it.
It's a good time.
This week somebody was bashing Prodigy for not being around when launches happened. Do you want to correct this?
I corrected it in our personal chat. I mean, so I was there for PS4 launch. Remember, I was born 2002.
You were there where? What do you mean there?
Like PS4 launch day, and I've lived through the PS4's lifetime.
Yeah, they were saying, Prodigy, you were
the thing is that
when they were
someone quotations
PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4.
PlayStation 3, I still recollect PlayStation 3 as well. But
recollect, I got it, chat.
Yeah, and then
2006. Man, he was only 4 years old.
I was only 4, but I do recollect.
Did you ever own a PlayStation 3?
Never did I own a PlayStation 3, and I didn't own a PS4 of my own.
So what was your
until
first
2 years into
game
its life?
console?
No, a year into its lifetime. Personal, like my personal one.
Yeah, what was your? Not that you had to buy necessarily, but what was the first the very
first
first game console you ever played?
PS2.
It was a PS2.
Yes.
What do you remember playing?
Yeah, they were
Pac-Man karting.
They were still playing Pac-Man karting.
Pac-Man karting
Yes.
All the games?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I don't know if that was my first game, but I do recollect.
Well, then again, remember he was a
Pac-Man
kid, so
karting being
that probably wouldn't be a game.
My thing is that who bought Pac-Man karting for Prodigy? That's my thing.
No,
it was probably there.
It was when I had to go work with go to work with Abuela over Serge's house, and I would play on Serge's PS2.
Gotcha.
PS2 Slim.
Gotcha.
PS2 Slim, yeah. So you were saying whenever you played.
The PlayStation 2 was like the size of a DVD, it was DVD
really thin.
Because it was the hottest thing. Remember, DVD players were big. Yeah. So was the PlayStation 2. I don't know if you ever saw a PlayStation 2
Yeah, when they slimmed it down.
And then everyone wanted tiny. Everyone wanted a small phone. Everyone wanted a small DVD player. Everyone wanted something. Everything was small. So then they made this PlayStation. It was like this big. And it would pop up the top.
Yeah. Crazy stuff.
Oh, because the disc player that would kept popping out of the PS2 that would slide out, it would constantly either break or get stuck. Such an old technology.
Yeah. But going into new technology, we're going to hop into the news of this week.
So this week, actually, the UI was showed off. I don't know if you guys remember last week we talked about the Burger King, the Sneak King was actually going to show off the UI. And what they did was announce the date.
Did you say Burger King?
Yes. Burger King last week had a promotion on television where the Burger King actually opened up a bag and a blue light was radiating out of it.
Blue light.
And it said October 15th. And everybody's like, oh my gosh, the Burger King King is going to announce the UI for the PlayStation 5. So he actually gave the date of the release of the video, which was a state of play, actually did a state of play to show off the UI for the PlayStation 5.
I want to order some Burger King.
No, we're going to, because that's probably the only way we're gonna get or at least I and Prodigy are gonna get our hands on.
Wait a minute. I said this already. Day one, when I get that PlayStation 5, if in fact I do it, we're gonna come here and we're gonna unbox it. I'll come straight here. I promise.
Okay.
We'll unbox it here.
We're taking your word on November 12th that this is gonna happen.
Yeah, I can't say what I was gonna say next, but I'm gonna be there when the PlayStation 5 is when the store's open. Okay.
Open.
So we're gonna unbox it here if no one has one by then.
Okay. So Hitman, did you get to see the UI?
I did not get to see the UI.
Okay. Because my question was, you already pre-ordered 15 of these. The UI, you being able to see the UI. Was it gonna change your mind, or you don't care? No matter what it was, we're gonna get it no matter what.
Well, now I want to see. It's not gonna change my mind, no.
Yeah, you're sold already with the PlayStation 5 already.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's already bought one. Two.
He's got 15 in pre-order or 16, something like that. So, Prodigy, you got to see the UI.
Yes.
What stood out for you?
What stood out for me? Definitely. I think what I liked a lot was, first, they changed the party system, and we saw it already get implemented into the PS4's last major update that happened this week, which, boy, was that a big shebang.
People were not happy.
Yeah, it was a big shebang.
Why weren't people happy? I'm confused.
They said the update was trash. I mean,
because the update.
I'm speaking generally. I only spoke to a handful of people, but
broke
they weren't
friends
happy with
lists and stuff. Like, it was glitching. It was just really buggy at the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was like doing a bunch of bugs. There was like a bunch of bugs and a bunch of problems with parties, friends lists, and stuff like that. But the thing is that they implemented the new system already for parties, where you have to be like in a friend group, or friend or messaging group, in order to join a party with those people.
Okay.
You know, like if I want to be in a party with you, Hitman, and I would make a messaging group or a group of friends, the friends group of you, Hitman, and I.
So basically, we need to start a huge group called Gamebros.
Yes.
And then just have like the whole band of brothers just join that one group.
Yes.
And then through there, then we can then see what Hitman's playing, you're playing, and then be able to join their voice chats and stuff that way.
So what I would like to relate it to would be close to a Discord server-ish. Which
I don't like.
Where we already have messaging in one place, media sharing, images, whatever. And then the voice chats already you just join in and that's it. Like, they're already there.
Okay. I know Prodigy loves Discord. Hitman, you just said you do not like Discord.
I do not like it. When we started doing it for the Gamebros show, I don't know. I just couldn't get used to it, the way it looked or how it appeared to me. It was just too much clutter.
Okay.
The way my mind works, I like organized. It's got to be.
I will agree. It's a bit daunting at first.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
I like Discord, but at the same time, Prodigy, you know that I was just like Hitman.
No, yeah.
I'm like, what the... What,
like I
this
mentioned,
chat
it's
happening, or where's who's
daunting.
talking, and where this one's at.
It's
like,
daunting in the beginning, but the more you play with it, the
that's
easier, you just get used to it.
Maybe I haven't used it.
Yeah.
I will say this, though. I hope the UI is much smoother because, my God, PlayStation 4, it lags all the time.
Yes.
But that's not how it was when it first came out.
No, I agree. It
What
wasn't.
it is
and
that they
PlayStation 3 was even
adding
better.
crap to it
Over
underneath.
time. Yeah,
because
over time.
visually you don't see the stuff that they're adding.
Which it's all hidden, which is great.
But that's what bogs it down.
You can't get to the settings fast enough. I can't get to the settings. It takes me 10, 15 seconds to switch because I don't know why that is. Also, that's another problem with it right now is the chat in my headset, which is a PlayStation headset, only comes out of the headphones, but I can't get the audio at the same time with certain games. It's weird.
That's weird.
So I have to constantly go into a game.
I'm guessing not with your new Pulse headset, right?
I hope not.
You got the new headphones too?
Yeah.
I was forced to. I had to pre-order.
25 pre-orders.
Wow.
And like 6 of these headsets.
Mind you, we started at 9:15, and that's 25. So I hope that the headset doesn't have that same problem because the interface right now is just I can't stand it. I have to go when I pop in Call of Duty. I gotta wait till I get to the main menu, go back to the Sony UI, go to this device settings, put the chat to chat all, and then put the TV It's weird. I have to do this. Come out of my headset. Yeah. Audio and chat. It's insane.
Yeah. Hitman has to trick the system.
I'm not even kidding with you. I'd have to record it to show you.
You still have you bought your HyperX, right? No. What headset do you have?
I had the original Sony headsets that folded in. Remember those?
Yeah.
Those were the wireless ones.
The blue ones?
Yeah, those broke on me. From constantly
headband.
closing it.
The hinges?
Yeah, the hinges broke on me. You can't fix them.
Too.
So went from those, and then I bought the Sony Gold ones, the black ones.
Okay.
And those are the ones that keep bugging in and out right now. But I haven't bought a new headset. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've bought like freaking 50 headsets because of Jacob. But
that's a whole different.
But I've only owned 2 headsets during my PlayStation lifetime. That and the little one that came with it.
Okay.
The one piece, the plug-in piece, which is probably the better one.
Yeah.
Out of all of them, that was probably the best one. But anyway, yeah, the UI. I just hope it's smoother, man. I want it to be smoother.
It most
no
likely
lag.
will, of course.
It is because most of it is going to be on the SSD. So remember, like there's 850 gigs is what we're getting, but only 600 is for the games, and the other 200 is being used for the UI and everything. But so there's actually 2 parts. There's actually the home screen, and then there's what you're looking at right now is the home screen. So that's basically kind of looks the same, and that's something Prodigy and I were talking about before the show, that we actually like that it kind of looks the same, but at the same time has a new look to it.
No, it's got to look the same somewhat.
Yeah.
The PlayStation 4 didn't differ too far away from the PS3. Too far. I mean, it does. It looks different, but it's somewhat the same.
Yeah. So it kind of kept the same look to it, but at the same time, it looks new and it looks different. So that also makes you feel like, okay, you got a new toy. Because if it looked exactly the same, you're like, okay, it looks like I didn't get anything new. Same thing happens when I buy a new phone. I want it to look new, but I want it to kind of stay the same so I know what's happening. Xbox.
The iPhone's like that. I mean, this is like just this iPhone 10, for example, XS. It looks different than when I had the iPhone 6 or 7 or 8.
But not too much where you're like, what the hell's happening?
Which screen. iPhone does a fantastic job, by the way. The Apple, the way it's a new phone every year, but it's not too different from the year before, right?
Yeah. So the home screen pretty much stayed the same, but it also highlights the games that you're on screen right now. Like right now, they have Ratchet and Clank on, so that's what's big, kind of like that whole Netflix kind of view to it. But Prodigy was saying that he wants a little bit of
personalization.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
The fact that I understand they're gonna give me a picture of the game, a nice thumbnail for the game, right? That makes sense. You're hovering over the game, you're looking at the cards of like missions you gotta do or whatever. But I still want the sense of this is my PlayStation, this is my home screen. That's what makes my PlayStation mine compared to others. Because I do like having my own home screen. Like right now, I still have the Ghost of Tsushima dynamic where
that thing is awesome, man.
Where you see him standing in the middle of the forest, and it's like all the leaves are falling and everything.
And it's got the music playing.
Yes, and I like that. So I want stuff like that still.
I think that has to happen because that's a huge market in the PlayStation Store.
The themes.
The themes.
Themes
get sold a lot. And
how many themes did you guys buy?
I've never bought a theme.
Okay, maybe not buy, but have, I guess, or retrieved on the PS4 compared to PS3.
Tons.
Oh,
me?
Millions. Like
I didn't get one till Ghost of Tsushima. PS3 had a ton of themes. Loved every single one of them. Changed them. There was even some custom themes you can throw in there.
You've had the same background the whole 6 years?
The whole 6 years until Ghosts came out.
The blue background?
I don't even know what color. Yeah, the blue background. Yeah.
What?
Can you believe that?
Wow.
It didn't. No, the UI for PS4. I don't know why I never finagled with it. I guess because I was just so used to it bogging down all the time, and it didn't have when you highlight a game or the disc as it did in PS3. Remember, it was the disc that would pop up.
It will fade in the thing.
It wasn't just the square you would see. You would see the actual disc, right? Mm-hmm. I'll give Metal Gear Solid 4 as an example. When you popped in Metal Gear Solid 4, it popped up and a theme came out with sound and all. It was like real loud. I'm not going to describe how it sounded. But
no, please do.
It was real loud and it's cinematic. And then you would click into the game.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't. I don't think of any games that have that at all.
Yeah, because the PS4 moved it to where you had to go down in the square before you start the game, and then it will go out to the related content, description, your trophy level of the thing,
who was playing it and all that. Yeah.
I like the way PS3 did it.
I loved it the way PS3.
That's how I hope.
The UI for
that's
PS3
how I
was
hope
amazing.
this one is. Where if I stay long enough on the square of a game, it would then fade in its own thumbnail, whatever.
PS3, if they can do anything, was piggyback off of what that worked and how the chat rooms worked. And we were talking about earlier, video chat was huge in PS3. It was like the first time. Okay, I've been playing with these online people for a few years now, or a couple of years now on PS2. If you had some friends with through SOCOM or whatever, because I don't remember when the PlayStation Eye came out on PS3, but it wasn't at launch.
No, it was mid launch.
2007, Rainbow Six. A lot of players like myself were playing for a really long time. We didn't know each other face to face, and video chat brought that.
Yeah.
PlayStation 4, no idea why they got rid of that. No idea. The chatting system was much easier. Now you create like a group when you send it to one person. It's like, okay, we created this group. It's like, no, I'm not creating a group. Just sending a freaking direct message to someone, which before was so much easier to send messages, to attach pictures. Now it's just, I don't know, maybe it's just the power of the PlayStation 4 that wasn't very good.
I don't know why the chat is going off on iPhones. They're just saying like the iPhones really suck for some reason.
The chats on iPhones?
No.
Because I must have brought up iPhones for like a second there.
And now the fanboys are going crazy.
Yeah.
The other thing that they showed off were cards, and that's inside the actual game itself. While you're playing the game, there's a sub menu that they call, what was it that they called it, Prodigy?
Game Help, I think.
The Game Hub.
Oh, no, wait. The menu?
Yeah. So it has cards that have different informations about the game. It also tells you how much percentage of certain objectives that you've done in the game itself. So what they used here was Sackboy as an example, and they show you like a certain level you've done 33%, and it has different objectives within that level that you can complete. So you can hop right into that objective from these cards. Those same cards also show you, hey, Hitman is playing COD. Do you want to join him? So you could go to that card and just click on it and join your friends in whatever game they're playing. I don't know if you remember a couple months ago, we talked about patents that Sony was working on, and they were working on one of AI that's going to help you with in your games. And we're like, dude, how's that going to work? Blah, blah, blah. But here they actually show it how it works. They actually showed a certain objective, and in that objective, you had to get a collectible, which was a robe for Sackboy, like, you know, a robe that he could put on. So you're like, okay, where is it? You could actually pin in your screen like a picture-in-picture, basically, and it shows you where it is and how to get it.
Which is another feature of PlayStation 5, by the way, right?
Yes. And that was one of the patents that we talked about like months ago, and we're like, how are they going to implement this in the game? And they're actually showing how it is. So there's going to be games that you can play.
So that UI right there, that's in the game still, but that's from the UI.
Yes, that's when you press. That's when you press the
and you can still see the game.
Yeah,
Cool.
You know how we have. Well, they implemented it because before it wasn't in the PS4, but they implemented the quick menu, where it's like that side menu that pops out on the left.
When you hold the button.
Yeah, PlayStation 4 doesn't have that.
Yeah.
No. The quick menu on the PS4.
Oh, I see. Yes,
like
yes.
That side
the one on the
panel.
left. Yeah, when you hold it. Okay, okay. Sorry.
So they're keeping that with this. I think it's called quick access. I think Google. I think I don't know, but they're doing the same thing here. They're keeping that, and those cards are now going to be implemented in there to either help you with the game, help you with an objective, and then your friends in parties or your friends in a match or whatever as well are going to be there.
Yeah.
So that's how you're going to be able to see all that.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. So they're going to keeping that quick menu system in the PS5, which I think is good. But now they just added this card system, which will work for games that are going to support it. So that's another thing that we get into as well. Yeah. Is we got to make sure that the games that are going to be coming out are going to support this system for it to be taken fully advantage take full advantage of it.
Okay, so right here we have Sackboy. This is a PlayStation exclusive. PlayStation made this game. So therefore they have all these features in it where they're showing you how to get this objective. Now, the question is, like, is EA going to follow up on this? Is Activision going to do it? Are the other third party going to go through all the hard work of making short videos like this for you to follow? Or is Sony going to pay a third party company to make these videos so they can then implement it? So those videos that you're watching to help you get whatever objective, you have to be a PlayStation Plus member to be able to access that. That's another thing that's kind of important. That is not, if you're not a PlayStation Plus member, you cannot access this help guide or help for the game.
Which makes sense. I did notice that the Sackboy's Big Adventure, right? That's the name of this title. It's not, what do they call that?
Oh, side-scroller?
Side-scrolling.
Yes.
So they changed that. When did they change that?
Because this is more of like this is a spin-off to Little Big Planet series, like the universe. This takes place in the same universe,
right?
But it's just a spin-off game.
It's because remember, Little Big Planet was more of a Fisher Price game engine.
Yeah.
Like here, make your game, make your story, it was create, make, and share.
Which was a great concept. I had the first Little Big Planet. I didn't get into 2 and 3 because I just thought it was just too much.
Yeah.
But seeing that, I think I might get my hands dabbled in that.
Yeah. So
this is to me.
I wonder if it's multiplayer.
This is like the 3D platformer that PlayStation wants to make.
Yeah. This is their Mario. This is their Mario 64.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the beauty of it is that since it's a first party PlayStation game, they're gonna have all the PlayStation bells and whistles. Like the controller's gonna have all the haptic feedback. You're gonna hear things through the little microphone. Through the speaker. You're gonna use the controller and use the microphone in it to do stuff. Same thing happens when the PlayStation has like Vita stuff. They had when the first party companies would make it, like the Uncharted, the Golden Abyss. They had cameras. You used to point the camera to the light to find clues or dust the screen off to find clues and stuff like that. It's cool when other companies take advantage of it because it's something just like, I don't know if you remember Sony, when they made the 6-axis on the controller, they're like, "Oh, the 6-axis, you
Yeah,
could
which
do
was
this and
huge.
that."
The 6-axis was pretty awesome.
But at the beginning, companies used it. I remember Call of Duty used to put the bomb and used to turn the controller to activate it.
Mm-hmm.
But then the second Call of Duty,
I think it was also to grab the dog or something as well. You would turn it, or I don't remember exactly.
But the point is that after a while, they stopped using it because it's like, dude, I'm not going to pay Hitman to code stuff for the 6-axis controller when I could pay him to code a multiplayer map. And that's what happened. So the same thing with this. It was
only going to be for exclusive games.
Yeah, but I don't want it to.
You think that might be the same thing with the DualSense?
I hope not, because one of the features of the controller is the haptic feedback. And if you lose, like you were saying, that 2K, after a certain while of playing, the players get tired. You're gonna feel that in the controller.
You're gonna feel the fatigue, is what the article said.
That's a whole new level of gaming that we don't get to feel right now.
You imagine with Madden, you're not gonna constantly have your player sprinting the entire time.
Yeah.
You know.
Or he gets hurt. You know, you can't run as fast. You could feel that. I think those things are cool. The whole thing of the gun jamming, that you have to unjam it because you feel it in the game.
That'll be cool if they could. That's something they've never done before, gun jamming. That would be cool to do. Very cool to do.
Or when you run out of ammo, you can't press the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
They've talked about things like that. But that's, like I said, that's right at the beginning. Are they going to keep doing these features? Okay, so going back to the UI, were there things that... another thing that I've noticed, something that Prodigy noticed, they got an invitation to join a chat. And they did a video picture-in-picture, and they were actually remote seeing what the other guy was playing. They were playing Uncharted. They were able to see, he was able to see his friend playing Uncharted. The cool thing about that was that you didn't have to leave the game. I don't know how many times you were playing Rainbow, and I send you a invitation for the chat, and then you press to accept it, and the screen turns blue, and then you gotta wait forever, and it takes you 20 minutes to join a chat.
Yeah, it does it now. I dislike it. I don't like it. That's another part of the feature when I'm in the middle of a game, you get the invitation. I try to accept it. It bogs down in that little time process. It's like 5-10 seconds, but I know it seems small, but it's annoying. It's annoying. I'm tired of it already.
I hope that if I get an invitation from my boy Agu, that's, you know.
What's up, Agustin? We haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah. And if I get an invite from him and I press the PlayStation button basically I'm saying I want to accept it, I hope that it happens in the background. And I can continue playing and be like, hey, what's up? So we're going to change games now? What are we going to play? Without my whole screen just halting and stopping. And that's something we got to see.
Yeah. For one thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it halts the whole thing just to accept the invite, which doesn't make any sense.
You accept one invite, and then if you're going to leave your match to enter his match, it just completely...
Yeah.
But Prodigy, you saw that it changed that, right?
Yeah. No. Now, when you... just like Kakuko mentioned, in the PS5, now you just press the home button to accept the invite, and you automatically do it seamlessly.
That's what we need. Seamless, which PS4 does not seem seamless.
Yes. And I know there's also another feature which Kuko should be excited about, is that there's going to be voice-to-text typing.
The reason why Prodigy says that I like that is because he knows that I'm illiterate. So the fact that I can say, hey, I hope it works just like a phone does. I hope I can press a button and just speak into my controller and say, can you message Prodigy and Hitman and Agu? Can we team up for Battlefield Bad Company 3?
Yeah, invite please, because that's like the most word
send
used.
Message, boom, and just sends it.
The most used word for me on PlayStation is INV or invite.
Yeah.
Where's
the invite?
Invite. Yeah, it'll be. I hope it's better. I'm sure it will be. I'm sure they've learned from the last two console launches.
For sure.
Yeah.
They're gonna make something.
Yeah, we got Rivas in the chat room too. Dang, we're balling.
Wilfredo Rivas. Not sure who that is.
Now.
You met him before. Yeah. So that was the other thing they showed too is he was playing Sackboy and they got an invitation to play a multiplayer game, and he just accepted and it loaded the game like that, like in a matter of seconds, and they
seamless.
And they've said that if you turn on your PlayStation from being off and going into a game like Destruction All Stars, it takes 8 seconds.
I gotta watch the state of play too because I want to see what it sounds like. Because sound is huge for me, believe it or not.
I agree. I think there's things that make PlayStation's sounds distinct.
Absolutely.
Especially the startup sound here. I said here, like and we can hear it, but
I always revert to the PS3 because it's still single-handedly one of the best consoles ever made. But
I still remember
it had like the cello type sound.
Yes, I still remember.
And that sounded amazing. The clicking sound kind of got a bit annoying. The ding ding.
Yeah.
Because you could take it off. I enjoyed it, but the way the Sony Interactive. It was a smooth transition into opening your...
If it was up to me, keep your sounds. I just don't want it to take like half an hour to get into a game.
I don't mind it turning on that way.
I was super happy when I read that it takes 8 seconds to get from I'm turning on my PlayStation to getting into a match.
Because then that turns to... You just got a text from the boys saying, "Yo, get on Rainbow."
You want to be fast.
Hey guys, I'm getting on, and then that means I'm already in the party.
How long does it take to get on Rainbow? It takes 2 minutes. I can send 17 text messages before I get into a match for Rainbow Six.
Dude, like sometimes like Jimbo says, "Hey, I'm gonna join you guys," and it takes him an hour. So we're like, dude, by the time this guy loads up into his game, he starts up his PlayStation. Let's just do a match. and then that's what ends up happening. But dude, if it takes 8 seconds, that's
does
amazing.
So now, if that's the power of the PlayStation 5, that's phenomenal.
And you said you quit social media. That was what I do when I'm waiting to change from one game to another. I'm there like.
Because it's a freaking addiction. You're like, okay, I might as well go look at my Instagram post or my Facebook or Twitter or whatever. It becomes an addiction. You have to not only that, but in between games we're doing it. In between games, we
do that because it takes forever to change. Like, hey, we're gonna top on from Apex to Rainbow. It takes like an hour.
Yeah.
If we could change the way it changes here, where it takes like seconds. To me, that is worth every single penny.
No, it's got
time is money. Money is time. And if you could change from one to the other, I think that's amazing.
For sure. I want to play games faster.
So
sometimes I don't want to play games, and that's actually what's been the problem lately is the time it takes for me to get on. I'm like, oh, forget it. I don't even want to get on.
Yeah, by the time I get on, I'm about to get off. It's not worth the effort.
Even though if you really calculate the time, it's like 5-6 minutes, but it's like just that time alone is the desire goes away. The desire goes away.
There's no foreplay.
Yeah, I want it. It's gotta be fast.
Yeah,
it's gotta be fast.
Now they showed off. Basically, that's all they showed off, right, Project? If I'm not mistaken.
It was the UI,
for the UI,
which looked great, by the way. I liked that it's got the little sparkles and all that shit. I know you guys don't like that. You're saying you don't care about. Or whatever you want to call it.
And the sounds?
Particles.
It looks like particles. Thank you. Like
it's the iconic PlayStation particles. There's always the particles.
It looks like the particles in the air.
It's the particles and the waves in the back.
That's what it looks like.
Yes.
And it's basically saying like, hey,
this is PlayStation.
This is what we look like.
Yeah.
You can see
everything. Exactly.
So anyway,
Cuckoo doesn't care. Cuckoo just wants.
But that's all they talked about was just the UI.
Yeah.
And it didn't show too much. That's my whole thing. I was telling Prodigy, I would have liked to see more. Like, can I create folders? If I create folders, what the folders look like?
It's Cuckoo. It's a tease, man. That's what it is. They're teasing you.
That was something you can do on the PlayStation 3.
They want you.
Was it not?
Folders?
I remember there being folders in PS3.
Yes.
And files.
But they were oddly set up.
Sure, but it had them.
Yeah. PS4's folders were better.
Yeah, but PS4 didn't have folders at the beginning.
No, not until
it
like a year and a half in.
So those
we're talking about folders for games.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
you make like right now they showed the bar, but it's only got 5 games, so you see 5. But
your bar's got like 1 million.
Exactly. So how does that when I convert it to PS5? What's that gonna look like? The other thing is chatting. What does chat look like? How do you get into chat? How do you get out of chat? Can you do chatting?
They didn't show that
in the sub menu, or can I do it in the main menu?
What do you mean by chatting? Like messaging?
Yeah, messaging, talking.
Oh, okay.
The actual engaging part. Does the voice chat work?
They're redoing all the PlayStation apps for phones and the website on the internet. They're revamping it.
They got rid of
the PlayStation Store
3.
is now built into the PS5.
Yeah.
Not an app. So you know how when you want to go to the PlayStation Store, it takes 30 years to load?
I don't like yes, I hated that.
That's
that's going to be gone because it's built into the
Not only
PlayStation.
that, you would miss out on PlayStation Plus games because you had to go to a total different area. It wasn't there in front of you for the taking.
Which
unless you watched our show, that was the only way you were learning about the freaking store or the free games.
The good thing is that now you just move over on the media bar and you can get to the PlayStation Store. And the other beautiful thing is that the PlayStation Store is catered to you. So they know, hey, Hitman likes this, and this, and this.
Oh,
guess what? You might like these other games that are just like that.
Yeah, it's got
good and bad because
it's developing a freaking profile on you, just like everything your social media is.
Not just that, but what sucks is for games that you might have never heard of, you might miss that could be a game that you might have wanted to play and try out new games. And it's going to be hard for developers that make small indie games to be known and to get out there.
Thanks to us, the small indie games are quite successful.
Yeah, or they actually get viewed by our fans. So those are the kind of things I wanted to see. Like you said, can we do video chat? How does video chat work? Hopefully, maybe we'll find out later. Another bit of good news is that video capturing and photos will be in 4K, which is huge, especially for streamers, us that we like to stream.
No, we're talking about capturing photo mode or whatnot.
You know how, let's say you have your moments when you play Call of Duty, right? You start wrecking everybody, get like 50 kills, you drop like 5 nukes or whatever, and you capture it on this PlayStation, you're only capturing 720.
I didn't know that.
So now this one, you're going to get native 4K. It's 720, right?
The PS4?
Yeah.
Base PS4, yeah.
Mine does 1080, right?
Yeah.
But when we upstream it, does it go up for a
1080? Yes.
Okay.
But
this new one does native 4K.
Native 4K,
which is awesome. And the
what
pictures
I want
are native
is
too. 30 frames per second though.
Well,
hopefully you could do 440 at 60. That would be awesome.
What I want is for them to do what Xbox does with their Xbox Game Mirror or something.
Yes.
Where you can have all your footage
goes directly to your phone.
Your app.
That
and
would
you
be
can
cool.
watch your clips on your phone and stuff like that.
That would be cool.
Yes.
And I understand that maybe not on the PlayStation 4 you could do it because they weren't set up for it. But dude, now that we're coming out with the PlayStation 5 and new website and new this and that, they should add that. Because sometimes when you want to post like to YouTube or to other social media stuff, it gets kind of complicated. The other thing is I wanted to see what other places you can send your media or your
Twitter.
pictures. Is Twitter and that's it?
Yeah.
Well, it's just Twitter and YouTube. That's all we can do.
Yeah, but why can't?
Because Facebook sucks. Mark Zuckerberg.
Maybe it's a good thing. Fuck that. Excuse me. We don't need that.
We don't need to give them any more.
Yeah, dude.
But what you may need and may want as well, we also got a word that the PSVR will be compatible with PlayStation 5. But, big but here. Big butts, I cannot lie. The PlayStation 5 camera will not be working with the PSVR here.
Yeah, we heard that. It's not...
You will need an adapter for the PS4 camera to work with the PS5 camera.
The good thing is that the adapter is free.
What?
Yes.
Why would you need an adapter? It's USB.
No, it's
not.
not.
Not your PlayStation.
Not the
camera.
PlayStation 4 camera. It's
not USB.
It's not a USB actually.
No, it's not.
Which is kind of dumb, but
What is mine?
Now
I gotta go look at mine. I gotta remember.
Go look at it. It's like a USB, but way thicker, like way.
It looked
fatter.
kind of like an HDMI and a USB had a baby.
I think it was just a fat
USBI.
USB. It's a fat USB. It's a fat
All right.
USB.
Yeah, anyway, so the camera won't work with PlayStation
No,
5.
they'll give you an
If you get
adapter for free.
For free. It's a free adapter.
What? You just ask for it?
That's what no one knows yet.
It's coming in the console. I'm already telling you, Kuko.
It has to. That's
Of course,
the
it's
only way.
coming in the console.
But don't you think that's a waste of money? Because
A waste of money.
It's a freaking little adapter.
You make
How
it
much
seem
money?
like adapters are expensive. I bet you they make it less than like $1 for an adapter.
Probably.
Dude, who's making these adapters? Chinese people?
Well, the PlayStation probably is made in China. Yeah.
No, it's made in Japan.
No.
But
It's created in Japan.
No, the Japanese don't like the Chinese.
Damn, why are we
Yo,
gotta get
the
racist
PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, I'm pretty sure was made in Japan, in China. I'm not sure.
Look it up while we continue.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Now, the other thing is that we still don't know what kind of resolution we're getting out of the HD PlayStation 5 cameras.
They say it's 1080p.
They said
it should be. It
I'm
should
pretty
be
sure.
4K.
They just say HD.
HD means a lot. Hey man,
Because the HD 720 is
HD. Yes, I know.
So
It's not. It doesn't say just HD. I'm looking
if
it up
it's
right
720, I'm not buying it.
720 was what the freaking PlayStation I was, man.
No, that was like 360.
God, and that thing was complete garbage. That PlayStation I. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was great for the time and for video chats, but
the good news is that the Marvel's Avengers data will transfer over.
Oh yeah.
So people like Creepy Carol that have played this game for more than 200 hours, they'll be able to transfer all that gameplay.
Why specifically Marvel being brought up?
It's because some games are being able to transfer over and some will not.
Some will not.
So
Wait, what does that mean?
The data, like the game data.
So let's say you started Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4 and you're like, oh, I want to play the Spider-Man 4 on my PlayStation. The game will transfer over. You'll be able to play it. It will get up.
We're talking about single player saves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
not your online profile.
Oh, of course
not. It's because some games, the online stuff is saved on and off site.
Most
server.
Most
Correct.
games. Yeah.
Most
But
games.
Marvel's data is saved locally.
Oh, that's why I'm waiting for PS5 to start The Last of Us 2 that I haven't been able to play. Metal Gear Solid 5 again.
Mm-hmm.
And certain games that I want to see with my new TV, HDR, and 2.1 HDMI output and all that stuff. Which, by the way, the camera features dual lenses for 1080p capture and built-in stand with HD camera works seamlessly with the PlayStation 5 console's background.
So
1080.
Dual 1080.
It says dual lenses.
Yeah, because you're gonna be able to get wide screen,
wide
shots.
Wide shots. So yeah, that I guess that's the reason for that. So Marvel's Avengers data will transfer. So some games will transfer, not all.
Yeah, those the developers are willing to support it.
And speaking of chats,
wait up, Leo. It's talking about accurate, personalized advertising.
Yeah,
So I know that's what you're kind of worried about, right? That they get that profile.
Yeah,
stuff.
dude, these freaking social media is already doing that. That's why you get advertisements on your phone that you were just talking to whomever about recently 3 days ago. Oh,
so
man,
Prodigy doesn't have it here, but there was an announcement that 2K21 on the PS5 and Xbox One is gonna have advertising in the game.
Is.
And you have to watch the advertising. There's no way of skipping it.
I don't. That sucks.
How do you guys feel about that?
Wait, what? No one's buying 2K21. No one bought 2K20.
Mm-mm.
You're sure about that?
Yes. I know that because I have avid friends who play it.
Okay, I think you're wrong. You could Google it. I think people
they hold off on it until it's free. And then they get it for free.
When do they?
My friends have gotten 2K19 and 2K20 for free. I mean 2K19 and 2K18 for free.
Okay.
But that's horrendous. Like, that is so stupid. I hope that doesn't become a standard in gaming.
I know
advertisement.
You know what it is? We finish a damn match and we have to watch an ad.
I don't think games would allow that.
Well, gaming advertising has been around for years.
But you're making it seem, but now they're making it into something else.
It's because before it wasn't intrusive. It was in the background, like Madden would have it in the stands or every once in a while would show.
Did they really?
Yeah, they would show Snicker ads and stuff. NHL would have it on the billboards on the rink. Other games would have.
Oh, UFC, yeah, okay, sure.
But it wasn't.
But I thought that was to make it authentic.
No, but if you see that with different updates, those things would change.
I did not notice that.
So with this one's intrusive. Like this is like right on your screen. Like you just finished, like probably says a basketball match, and boom, right on the screen.
What are they trying to do? Make it feel like you're watching the real Heat Lakers game?
No, they're trying to make money from advertising.
Besides that, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've ordered Domino's twice during the finals this year. Why not? But I don't want that during video games.
My thing is that if I pay you $70, which is what they're asking for 2K21,
for real, exactly.
If you're asking me for $70 for this game, so okay. See, Leo says Need for Speed also had some, which I remember as well.
I guess.
Now, if I'm paying $70, please keep your commercials. I paid for the non-advertising app
version of the for sure. No. I don't want advertising.
And the worst thing is you can't even skip the ads. You have to actually just sit there and watch them. And at least in some, you can hit the bottom and just skip the advertising or fast forward the video to pass it.
That is not good.
No, that sucks.
That is a terrible.
So we have to kind of vote here with our wallets and say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to buy this game because I will not stand for this advertising in my video games.
I'm not buying 2K for that.
Okay.
I mean,
I would like to buy 2K.
I don't even buy 2K, so mine is not even a negative.
I would like to buy 2K. That thing looks amazing. It looks amazing, but I'm not buying it if it's got freaking advertising in it. No way. I'm buying Madden 21, which is also ports. Well, not port, but it'll go from PS4 and work on PS5 when you buy it for PS4.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. But yeah, advertisement, no thanks.
No.
I don't want.
Yeah, you can definitely.
Like Leo said, I don't want a personalized advertisement profile done on me, and I'm gonna start getting pop-ups for freaking sofas and things like that. No. It's ridiculous.
So why sofas?
Because that could be something that you're searching
Have you been looking for a sofa recently?
Maybe I have. I'm not gonna tell you.
Like, get your futon.
Yeah, dude, it's ridiculous.
It is like cell phone apps, DJ Fuego. I think, like Leo says, if it's free, okay, the ads are fine. You know, it's free. You're not paying anything.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're paying $70 for a game, definitely you guys cannot do that to me.
Yeah.
Which, talking about paying a lot for games, we saw last month an acquirement. Was it last month? Has it been a month?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. An acquirement from our people at Xbox of Bethesda,
which they only paid $8 billion.
Only $8 billion, which I did some calculations. In Xbox, Microsoft is worth
$9 billion.
Like a lot.
Did they buy?
So
TikTok?
to me, to them, it's not that much.
No, for them, it's pocket change. But the funny thing is that when people saw this and they're like, "Hey, Xbox bought Bethesda, please put Fallout on PlayStation still. Please put Elder Scrolls." Dude, Hitman, if you're a businessman and you spend $8 billion for a company that makes Whoppers, since BK's giving out PlayStation 5s, would you then let other companies be able to get a Whopper?
No. I want to be the only person.
Absolutely.
And so Phil Spencer finally came out and said, hey, Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be an Xbox exclusive. Did people actually really think that it was going to be otherwise?
I don't know.
Bethesda's always been pro Xbox.
Yeah, exactly.
They've always been pro Xbox.
That as well, yeah.
Since Xbox 360, when the freaking first Elder Scrolls came up on there.
Yeah, well, yeah, but also think of all the PlayStation VR games that they made.
Okay, well, that's because they just PC ported the VR version to our PlayStation version.
And because Xbox doesn't have VR, right?
Exactly.
or they would make VR games for Xbox.
No, they don't.
But I mean,
what would they call it? V-Box?
Here's the thing, though, is that PlayStation still has those contracts for Ghostwire and Deathloop.
But that happened before the acquisition.
Exactly. So those two
post acquisition, I guess that's it.
Like these are the last two Bethesda games Sony's
Enjoy
gonna be getting.
these two because you ain't getting any more.
Exactly. So I don't think people are going to be seeing any Doom whatever after Eternal anytime soon. Which this week for Games Out this week we have Doom Eternal DLC on there, which of course we're getting that still.
Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but Xbox has xCloud, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hear me out on this, okay? So Xbox has xCloud. iPhone does not let iPhone users use xCloud. Do you guys know why?
No.
Because Apple likes to make sure that their content is reviewed by them. So in order for xCloud to work on iPhone, Apple has to review all the games that are coming out for xCloud to see if they're good or not. Okay? So Xbox Xbox doesn't want to go through the hassle. So Apple says Xnay on the xCloud on our Apple phones. So Microsoft is finding a way around it through a Safari plugin. So people can then go on their iPhone, use Safari, and then get on xCloud to play their Xbox games. So
Screw Apple. They always cause so many problems.
Because they want everything to be the way they say it. It's
yeah.
my way or no way.
My way or the
Apple
highway.
way.
Okay, so my question is, can then I get on my PlayStation, go into my internet browser, and play xCloud
Oh, that's
games
the other
there?
thing. Going back to the UI. If they don't update the internet browser on the PlayStation, boy, is there gonna be a problem.
Yo, that thing hasn't been
The thing is
updated since the first PS3.
I hope you know it's super like the slowest
It's
internet
trash.
browser
It sucks.
you've ever seen in like the history of mankind.
They probably have
It's so
stats, so
garbage.
probably that
You
show
know
that
what?
nobody uses it. So why even invest time?
But
in
they
fixing
because
should.
it's garbage.
But they should.
Because
Because
it's
the
trash.
PS3 is better than the PS4. Because I used to use the PS3 internet browser.
We've seen it.
What?
Your internet browser, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
What? Yeah, so
You should have seen him man's face. He's like, "What?"
yeah, it was much better than PS4. I tried using it recently because my internet was bugging out on my. No, I'm sorry, not my internet. My laptop for some reason wasn't letting me log into a certain website. Don't ask what website it was, okay? It wouldn't let me use it, so I tried using on the PlayStation.
It was salchichs.com.
Yo, and it was the worst. I kept getting like advertisements with a rock on it, and YouTube or something came up first. I'm not sure what it was.
It was just.
It is complete utter trash. The
Yes.
the www internet browser for.
I don't know why they don't
PlayStation 4.
add like an Android plugin thingy to the PlayStation so they can implement a bunch of stuff into.
My thing is I don't know how the whole inner workings work. Sony pays Google for Chrome and Chrome for their phones. Can they not just say, "Hey, can I pay
Can you
you a
get
little
Chrome on the
extra
PlayStation?
so we can get Chrome
Exactly.
web browser on our
Hey, so I can
PlayStation?"
play my Stadia on my PS5.
Play
My
Stadia.
PS5.
Oh, God. Hey, speaking of Stadia, is that even around?
It's still around.
It's still there.
The only thing they got going for them right now is that Hitman is on it.
Yeah,
That's it.
Still there and kicking somehow.
yeah. The
But,
remember, Stadia means multiple stadiums.
Oh, is that
Stadia.
the plural to stadium?
Yeah, that's
Wow,
what the whole deal thing was. That
Nice.
they wanted to be stadiums where people came to watch people play. Remember?
Yeah, right.
That did
You're
never
absolutely right.
worked out that way.
Now, talking about playing, you know what you play with? You play with your controller.
Yeah.
But what if your controller has problems? And that's where we go to the Elite controller.
Hoping that those problems would be resolved.
Hoping those problems are resolved.
The Elite Controller 2.
Yes.
Version 2.
Version 2, not the first one. The second one.
So that means that they fixed what version 1 had bad, right?
Absolutely. Isn't that what
Which I liked
isn't that
that
the first
controller.
version's for?
It almost made me buy a console.
The Elite controller, which
Yes.
project you put there, to me,
That
is
controller.
amazing.
That controller there.
But it
or
still
that
has a lot
fountain.
of problems, apparently.
Yeah, I almost bought an Xbox. Oh my god, I forgot the name of it now. Xbox One. Xbox One because of this. Well, not this particular controller. It was actually all black and the buttons looked more like carbon fiber to me. I forgot what it looked like, but it was all black. I remember that. But this controller is awesome for the time. But unfortunately, the DualSense controller is going to be way better than this controller. Just hate to tell you right now.
So last week we mentioned how controllers still are having these drifting problems, even though they're quote unquote brand new.
What do you mean by drifting?
Like joystick drifting. Have you not had that yet?
I take pretty good care of my
Dude,
controllers.
where does
What?
Hitman buy his
Where do you
crap,
buy your
dude?
stuff?
I
Hey man,
haven't had it.
I've never dropped this controller not once in my entire year of having it.
No,
It's about to be a
the
year.
buttons come off? Okay.
and my joysticks drift. I'm surprised you don't have joystick drifting. Huh.
I have had that happen.
I think
not to my
Hitman
control.
plays COD like on soft mode.
Not on my
He
controllers.
like doesn't firmly grasp his controller. He like taps his.
But Jacob's controllers, every single one of them. I have to have insurance on one of them.
But is that Jake throws them across the room or slams them or something?
My controllers.
I place
always
it
in
down on
condition.
a desk. You know, place it down on a desk. Place it down
so joystick drifting is if you leave the controller alone,
you still moves.
The controller still the cursor still moves.
No. Mm-hmm. I don't have that. I had that happen to me maybe. No, it wasn't my controller that I use every single day. It wasn't my controller.
Nope. You have the same OG controller?
I have the Diamond Dogs limited edition controller for my PlayStation, and now I use the Astra controller. Okay. That's what I've been using, but I switch off between those two.
Okay.
But yeah, I have the same. I don't have the original PlayStation because I sold that PlayStation once I found out Metal Gear Solid 5 was coming out, and they had a limited edition version that you could only get in Europe or in Australia, and I bought one on eBay, and then I've had that one ever since.
Okay.
And I have that controller. I haven't had any problems with.
That's nice.
So Xbox's controllers have been having, even the Elite have been problems with drifting.
But that's because of inside. That's what whatever goes on in here gets stuck.
But that's what me and Prodigy and I were talking about. How come we haven't figured out? Analog controllers have been around for ages.
They need
since the PlayStation 2. Can we figure out a new way, a new form of making the controller for it not to happen?
I don't know how they would design it, but I would put like ball bearings. The small little ball bearings in here would be probably a better. I'm pretty sure that technology can be implemented in here. It might be a little heavier on it, ball bearings, but very, 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 very small balls, little tiny ones.
Oh, tiny balls. Wow.
So, yeah, I think that'll.
But yeah, because of this problem in their lawsuits, they had to extend their warranty. On
lawsuits. People were suing them because of a controller.
Dude, this is not like a $50 controller.
That's expensive, Hitman.
It's like $300.
Yeah, but why sue? Because they weren't honoring warranties? Is that what it was?
No, because
the fact of you can't just sell a messed up product. Like, you don't want your PS5 to come with like a broken SSD where it doesn't work. You can't download anything.
I guess not.
I
guess not.
So there, there's sadly still all these.
But that's
issues.
a newer version. That is not the original Xbox.
That's not supposed to happen.
What? Let me see.
How the heck did you just do that?
Yeah, that's not supposed to happen. He basically made him cross-eyed. Yeah.
You see it? It's supposed to reset back to its. Now it's resetting. You see it?
Yeah.
So those are the kind of issues that they're having.
See? Sadly.
So they extended the warranty so people could send their controllers back and get new ones. That costs money though, man. That's not a good look. Like Hitman says, you're coming out of your pocket to buy this Elite controller and spending all this money to get it.
I think Jacob, he just sent me a message. He's like, wow, you really exposed me like that? Hey, it's good to know he's watching right now.
Leo's also talking about... Leo wants...
no, but he just messed up because we could have been just joking. Yeah. And he, by saying that comment, confirms
that he throws his controller around.
So anyway,
what does Leo say?
Leo's mentioning that he needs a big boy controller for his big boy hands, and he's hoping that the PS5 controller will fit his big boy hands.
His big boy hands.
The PS5 controller is a bit.
Leo's
is
not
a
even
bit
that big. He acts like he's Anthony Davis.
But it looks like the controller. The
controller.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. The PlayStation 5 controller does. The ergonomics of it looks like it would fit better for, people with bigger hands.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
I know Hitman says he likes them small, so it makes his hands look big.
Yeah, like small remote controls, little teeny tiny ones. Yeah, though the Nintendo Switch controller, massive in my hand.
Makes your hands look enormous.
Yeah, man. So I didn't know that. So like I said before, with the remote controls, PlayStation 5, brand new controller, brand new. Nothing very. I mean, yeah, it's similar. It's not like they're changing it like the PlayStation 3 prototype controller was going to be. Remember the boomerang?
Oh wow.
But which we bring that up quite a bit. But the Xbox controller is the same controller.
I would love to have one of those boomerang controllers just so I can have it in the studio somewhere.
Oh man, that would be pretty cool.
I think that's where PlayStation is successful, where they're like so you have Xbox that has the same controller throughout all generations,
except for the very, very first one,
the Duke,
which was
the big massive
oh
Duke.
my god.
But once they left the Duke, they basically went to this setup, and they've kept the same one. And then the other extreme is Nintendo, where they make every console has a new controller, and it's just
they've never had one controller stay the same,
and it's just like wacky as wacky can get every single time. And I think Sony fits right in the middle, where it's new but still familiar.
It's an evolution of. You can see the evolution. You know, take the Homo sapiens, the monkeys. You know, whatever. They evolutionized the PlayStation, where you've seen it go from the PS1 to the PS2. Sort of a similarity. PS2 to PS3, you see some extra additions, and then PS3 to PS4 was a nice futuristic.
Listen, the
change.
The PlayStation has changed its controller. How many times? What would we say? This is the sixth gen. I know there's only been PlayStation. Wait, no, hold on. PlayStation 1 had 2 controllers. Had the one without the analog sticks, and then the analog sticks. Mm-hmm. Then PlayStation 2 had the DualShock 2.
Oh, what's the difference between those two?
Well, DualShock 2 and the DualShock and the
had
first
feedback,
DualShock?
didn't it?
I don't remember that. I don't know where you're getting
the feedback. The haptics.
The same.
Sure, it was just they called it the 2 because it was on PlayStation 2
exactly.
and it was black.
What? So that's why there's only been 5 different controllers.
I guess there wasn't anything different about it at all.
And the PlayStation 3 one didn't have much difference either.
No, that was a 6-axis.
Oh, it had the
6-axis, and it gave you the different numbers
and
of the controller you were.
The home button.
That's the other thing I still want to know, Prodigy.
I still want to know that too, but that was a UI presentation. That was a UI presentation.
Does that matter to you?
Absolutely.
Why do I feel like it matters to other people that I
boomers.
know, but for some reason
you should be able to have more than 4 players. We're not in 1996 anymore, where that was a completely new technology to have 4 people play on the same console. We should be able to play 8 people like you did before. PlayStation 3, you were able to do that.
Does it?
That's why the Switch is the best console in the world.
The PlayStation 3, you were able to do that.
Oh yes, amazing. Nintendo is the best console ever made. Please, Mario, send my check right now.
Oh my gosh.
Who's that?
No.
Is the fanboys say it's the greatest console ever?
No.
But I definitely want to see the bringing back of 8-player.
And it might be based on the
the
fact that what you told me, that the DualSense controller has that little light that tells you which player you are. But I don't see space for 8 people.
Yeah, but like I told Prodigy, it could be like...
It could be just like the PS3 one. The PS3 one, 4 and 1 made 5.
Yeah.
2 and 3... Oh, no. Sorry.
And it had the little lights on
4
it,
and 2
which
made
I
6.
loved.
And
I loved it.
It had 8 players, but they used the lights in the back in different sequences.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
That's what was... That was one of the... I mean, the PlayStation 3. I can't talk enough about it.
If PlayStation 3 was a man, you did it. He's off by now. He's like, because you've been working
since the beginning of this show. It's been over an hour. Yeah, man, because the technology was the best, man.
I just don't. It feels like we took a step back, right? Like from the 3
with
to
PlayStation
4.
4, yeah, we did. You couldn't get the games on PS4. That was a total step back.
That's because they messed up on the PS3.
Baby.
Yeah.
That cell processor killed all.
It was the PS3's build.
But I wish and I hope that they bring that back. The 8 players, the 5 players. Xbox has it. I don't understand why PlayStation. There's games that you could play like not Field Runner. What's the game that we like to play? The running game on PlayStation Speed Runner. On PlayStation, only got 4 people, but on Xbox, it has 8 players on it.
And it's the same game?
The same exact game, same company, same everything.
Yeah,
like
that's what sucks.
I hope we don't lose that. It's still fun. I think at parties and stuff.
I would like to play more.
Especially now that we have more like gamers that like to, have gaming parties. Now that we are older, like before, back in the day, my dad wasn't so much of a gamer. When he partied, they just partied. But some of us like to party and still game at the same time.
We can.
So if we have
absolutely.
a party here and we have 8 people, we could play games together and stuff. One of the games that came out this week, one of my favorite companies, Jackbox. You could use 8 phones. It would be cool to have games like that with 8 controllers.
Why the hell not?
Why the hell not? Exactly.
Should definitely happen. I hope so. I really do hope that they bring back games like that.
They gotta make it before PlayStation All Stars comes out.
I don't remember what Little Big Planet was, but Little Big Planet had a lot of players too.
Yeah.
I might have been 2 to 8.
No, just 4.
Was it really?
No, it was always 4.
It was always 4.
But you can add online people.
But there were games that you had 8 people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of games and game developers and acquisitions, Rockstar, the makers of
Grand Theft Auto.
Yes, sir. And
Red Dead.
And
LA Noire.
And
Midnight Club.
And
there's so many. I mean, we're gonna say them all.
Oh, okay. Bully.
Vice City. Bully. That's a great game. Yeah.
Okay.
Manhunt.
Manhunt.
One of the most controversial games.
I forgot that was a Rockstar game, actually.
Yeah. The politicians had to get rid of that game. Oh, the game's too violent.
I mean, just like Postal. Postal was one of those, too.
Yo, they had freaking banned that game from Blockbuster, dude. That game was not rentable at some point or another. They had to get rid of it off the shelves. Manhunt. What a great game.
A great concept, right? Like, I guess that's
never made one ever. I think they made Manhunt 2, I think.
And that's where I guess you got like the Purge, right?
I don't remember. But Manhunt was awesome. When I played it, you freaking suffocate people with trash bags and shit. It was freaking awesome. It was awesome, man. It was one of the best games ever. Gosh. Yeah, Rockstar makes some great games. We could be there endlessly. So yeah.
Did you ever play this game Crackdown?
Crackdown? Is that the one you play as the cop?
No. So it's an open world game.
Yeah, you play as a cop. Isn't it a cop in an Xbox 360 game?
Maybe.
Pretty sure it is. I'll look it up.
Well, Crackdown 2. The company that made Crackdown 2 was... Huh?
No, continue.
No, you were going to say something?
No, I was going to say that adding on to the list of games that they've made.
No, maybe he's not
Halo,
a cop, but
they made Halo 1, 2, and 3.
No?
Yes, they worked on Halo 1, 2, and 3.
That's Bungie.
Dude, this guy looks like Terry Crews.
They helped. What I saw online. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm saying what I saw there.
Okay, Bungie made Halo 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and all the others. But you mean they help with some of the development of it? Okay. And
they're making another Crackdown?
Well, Crackdown 3 came out, which was a bust. But these guys made 2. And that makes sense because when you bought Halo, you got a demo of Crackdown.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So Rockstar bought this company. That's
how much
they bought it?
Yeah.
Rockstar bought it?
Yeah.
Bought Crackdown.
Yes.
The game rights, or what am I understanding?
No, they bought the company that made the game.
Okay.
So
they bought another developing studio.
Yeah, so they basically want to increase their numbers so they can make their own game. You know how they had Sydney made LA Noire. They got
different version, Rockstar's North and all that stuff. Yeah.
So they can work on maybe some other open world multiplayer game for Rockstar.
They also worked on the Halo Master Chief Collection as well.
Okay.
I'm trying to find out how much they paid for them.
And Rockstar's got the money. They got tons of money.
They have the money.
Now, 2K owns Rockstar. So does therefore Rockstar also...
Do they own all of Rockstar or a portion?
Or do they... I don't know how that works because they're the ones that develop that push out the game. They're the publishing. So I don't know how that works.
Huh. I
don't know.
I don't know, actually.
I've they've acquired Ruffian Games.
Yeah.
But what game have they made?
They helped on some. They helped on Crackdown. Now, can they make? Could it be that? Could it be that they are going to work on stuff for the continuation of Grand Theft Auto That way, Rockstar, the big company, can then move and start working on the new Grand Theft Auto.
So you're thinking that it's almost like a Respawn. Respawn opened up a new studio in.
Yeah, for Apex.
For Apex.
Montreal.
It was in Montreal.
This is, you guys take care of
So
that.
you guys take care of it while we go work on a bunch of other games.
Yeah, well, we work on the
So
new
you think
Star Wars
Ruffian
game.
is going to be taking over GTA Online for now? While head Rockstar starts working on GTA 6?
That or they can then have them work on other games that they can.
I don't know. You think it's gonna be GTA 6? They can't make it GTA Vice City.
You think they're gonna make? I mean, what are you saying? Like the title?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm just talking about the next installment of a GTA game because how long are they gonna keep holding off what's been almost a decade almost of GTA 5? Of reselling.
7 years.
Reselling.
Yeah, almost a decade. Yeah.
Imagine.
It's like Todd Howard. It's like Todd Howard with
PlayStation 3 had 3
what?
Grand Theft Auto games.
Well, yeah, I had Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5. No, what was the one in the middle?
Vice City.
No, Vice City was PlayStation 2.
Well, I know that it had 3 PlayStation. 3 Rockstar games. 3 Grand Theft Auto games. Now, Grand Theft Auto 5 has 3 console generations in it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So during the
PlayStation 2, they had San Andreas and Vice City and Grand Theft Auto 3. And then PlayStation 3 came out, and that's where they announced Grand Theft Auto 4. And then at the very end of PlayStation 3, they had Grand Theft Auto 5. But there was one in between there. Oh, no, you're talking about Vice City Stories or something like that, maybe? So if anything, PlayStation 2 had like 4 of them.
So imagine. So it's just so weird how just they've been able to make just one Grand Theft Auto game for the PlayStation 3
over the last
5.
3 consols, yeah.
So it's
3
like
Xbox.
Said, it's almost been like 10 years since
7 years. It came out, I think, of September of 2013.
That's crazy.
Pretty sure right after The Last of Us, because it got remastered.
It was right after The Last of Us.
It got remastered immediately on PlayStation 3, PlayStation 5 the next year, PlayStation 4 the next year. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
yeah, quite amazing.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just thinking maybe they'll keep working on that because it's a freaking gold mine for them. They make so much money off of it.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I stopped playing it after a while. But yeah, I don't know what they could be doing. I'm sure there has to be another Rockstar game in the works for Grand Theft Auto series. They're not gonna just continue this one. They're gonna need a fresh new start with new characters, new story.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I'm hoping it's the Miami-based area and Vice City, but I don't know if they'll call it Vice City. They might just call it Grand Theft Auto 6. Who knows? We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll definitely have to see.
Yeah. So, we'll see what happens.
So, Hitman, you like VR?
I do.
Would you like to walk in VR?
That's the one thing I wish we could do in VR.
Guess what? A company has just come up with a way to make that happen. They have
to walk in
cyber
VR.
shoes.
Ooh.
That give you the ability to walk in VR. Look how cool you look. Strap this bad boy on your XJ90s.
Man, I don't know if I want to put my shoe in it though.
Skyrim VR. Look at
You'd rather be in socks, right, man?
Yeah, I'm not putting my dirty ass shoe in that.
Exactly.
Or
I
anybody
like to
else
take
put-
care. I like to take care of my stuff.
That is pretty dope.
Minecraft VR.
But you have to
Skyrim
sit
VR.
down and do it, I guess, huh?
That is.
Does
cyber shoes.
Does the shoes come with the stool?
That is, I think, what I think is a drawback on definitely. Oh wait,
I don't know. I mean,
different concepts.
the idea of VR is it's still somewhat new. I just don't know how it's not gonna be. I don't know how smooth it'll be.
Look, it fits any kind of shoe you got. Don't worry about it. XJ90.
Cyber shoes, so it's obviously
The
gonna be a
Pro
separate
Wings.
accessory.
Yes. No. Yeah. It's for sure. I like add-on to.
To PlayStation VR.
No.
Yeah, it works with PlayStation VR.
How?
Bluetooth?
You saw?
Yeah, it looks like you'll need a barber's stool to rotate quick and all that stuff.
Old school bar stool.
But
yeah, I like the idea. I mean, I'd like to see how it works. Obviously, I mean,
I think it uses a wheel on the bottom.
It sucks because you'd have to take them off every time to go to like the kitchen or something.
You're roller skating into the kitchen.
You know what I mean? I don't know. You gotta put these away in a shoebox every time. You know? I don't know. It's
shoebox.
The idea is cool. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not so sure.
It's just crazy because we've seen other devices that they're kind of. We had the treadmill. We also had that dome that you used to walk on with the socks.
Oh, I want to do that, dude.
They have so many different ideas.
No one's perfected that idea yet. I don't know.
Have you seen Ready Player One?
Yeah, I have.
Somebody has to come up with that particular treadmill.
That is an omnidirectional treadmill. That's
or what
impossible.
about in Pacific Rim, the second one where they control the was it Pacific Rim? Yeah, it was Pacific Rim.
Where they control the mechs.
Mm-hmm.
They probably had those skating shoes on.
They
had like the 15th generation of the cyber
shoes in the future.
Like my treadmill is not motorized. It is
a manual.
It is powered by your movement. So we've figured out a way to make one direction. Now, if we could implement that same treadmill on an
it's because how do you make it omnidirectional?
I don't know.
Because at least the dome, the way it detects your direction as well would be
it's
a ring. You're in a ring.
This.
And a treadmill idea? That's
like
too
this
much,
thing, Prodigy.
Let me wait a second.
Well, it's kind of small, but it's basically this dome shape.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you like just put socks on.
If you have it straight up like this, when you walk on a certain direction, feels it.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think it's necessary, honestly. You just have a VR headset and you use your controller to walk. Because I'm thinking about it and how it's like unpractical.
How different is it than you standing still and moving forward with an analog stick than you moving your legs and moving in a game?
You know what's different? That the Call of Duty character that I'm running with, he gets tired, not me. Not my legs and all that stuff. But I don't play video games to freaking exercise.
But Hitman,
I play video games to relax.
But Hitman, what if like that? You don't think that's
no? Look at
cool
these people,
idea?
man. They're out there rotating their legs and stuff.
Actually, yeah. Wait. Okay, let's talk about the product. I don't think this is practical. Because I think I think the idea of walking should be associated with standing up, not sitting down.
Exactly. It looks ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't want to be moving my legs back and forth while I'm sitting down.
No, man, it looks like a baby on the floor whapping its feet. Like this, you know? It looks quite silly, really.
You think about if you're running a certain direction and then you want to turn around and run the other direction, you got to flip that chair around and start running the opposite way and then you gotta keep turning back.
It doesn't seem I'm telling you, it doesn't seem practical at all. Wearing those funky shoes.
Yeah, it's
No,
I don't think this product in the long run. You saw the other one where they're getting pulled by a band and they're walking forward. That only
seems
works
like it's
if you go in one direction.
It's made in Germany. Cyber shoes are made in Germany? Because I'm seeing the GmbH symbol, which typically is a German.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, that means that it's gonna work perfectly fine.
It might
German
be.
engineering.
German engineering is
I don't know about
cyber shoes.
But I think the best implementation right now is the dome.
Yeah.
In my opinion, when it comes to tracking for movement like that, just because it also tracks like jumping, you could jump and it'll track it.
Yeah.
So
it won Innovation Awards, 2020 honoree. And it's $378 gaming station. That's with the stool that you said.
I told you it has to come with that bar stool.
It comes with a shoe.
It comes with the stool?
Yeah, it's a pretty comfortable looking stool. But what games does it work with? Does it work with PlayStation? Is it
the PlayStation? I don't believe.
This guy has it hung up on his freaking wall.
There's no way it works on a PlayStation.
The shoes.
Oh, I thought. And then it's got like a special rug apparently. It includes a cyber shoes, cyber carpet. Hold on.
Cyber carpet, not a normal carpet.
No,
it's a cyber
that's
carpet.
Why it's
cyber chair, the gas lift, know what the hell that is. The receiver, AC adapter, USB cables, cable management. Up to 2 gaming stations can be operated next to each other for arcade use.
So Cuckoo, you and I like next to each other.
Yeah,
around.
imagine going to
that's not terrible.
Dave and Buster's and like having like 50 of these stools everywhere.
Then they have an arcade edition for $700.
Told you, Dave and Buster's, sign up.
What's
arcade the arcade edition? Like for an actual arcade?
I don't know what the arcade edition is. It's a metal base plate below the.
It comes with
carpet.
Pac-Man, built-in Pac-Man and Space Invaders.
Evidently, this is made to have people put next to each other, to have virtual reality parties. Ooh, that sounds kinky. Kinky.
But I think it's just another type of idea that was tried to try to have another way of attracting.
I'm not gonna knock it. That yet.
He flipped his idea again.
It looks cool. I have to try it. I don't think it's practical. I don't know.
I just don't think it's because I have a problem with people that play VR games that are meant to be like standing up, sitting down. If it's a game that you're piloting something, of course you're sitting down.
You're meant to be comfortable. But I just don't know how this is gonna work with PlayStation VR. If
that's what I was
or maybe
saying.
It's not intended for PlayStation VR.
It's probably a PC VR only extension.
Probably
because I don't think PlayStation even has like the drivers to run this stuff on their console.
I don't know.
Makes no sense.
But it does sound interesting though. So
it does.
Let's give it time.
It
can't be but worse than the Stadia. So
or the Nintendo Switch.
If anything that can be or may hopefully not be as worse as the Stadia or Nintendo Switch, Metal Gear Solid movie. Now coming out with some more details of it.
So it's alive. It's alive and well. They're still developing it.
Yeah,
it's still there somewhere in the.
After 6 years of being the idea there. Well, actually, the idea has always been there. Ever since probably one of the third, fourth, maybe. But this guy, Jordan Vogue Roberts, who was an advocate Metal Gear fan and Metal Gear player, I would hope, decides to...
so he's the guy that made Skull Island.
He's the one that made Kong Skull Island, which was a great movie if you haven't seen it. I liked it. I thought it was a pretty cool adaptation of the King Kong. I don't know if they... I guess it's not King Kong.
King Kongiverse?
Yeah, the King Kong universe. I thought for sure he would have a sequel to that, and I don't know why we haven't seen one yet. Because if I'm not mistaken, Godzilla and King Kong are in the same universe. Yeah. And I thought maybe he might do that. But
they are making a Kong versus Godzilla movie.
But I don't think he's involved, and I don't think it's his movie. Maybe, I'm not sure. But after that movie,
since when did King Kong and Godzilla be in the same universe?
They're not in the same universe? That's what I'm asking. I thought they were.
It is.
Really? How?
Yes.
So...
I didn't know this.
This guy's made this... He wants to make this movie. He wants to make the first great video game movie. And he picked one of the toughest ones, for sure. But he's a fan.
You say that, but for me, I think it's an espionage movie.
It is, but it's so in depth. When I say toughest game to do, it's so in depth.
It's because when you look at video game movies, the problem is
if you want to do it well. You mean if you want it to be a good adaptation,
exactly.
Of Metal Gear, yes.
If you want it to adapt to the video game. That is the thing with video game movies is that they never do a good job
because
adapting
for me,
it to the video game.
Uncharted would be such an easy movie to make.
Super easy.
Make Indiana Jones.
It's super easy movie to make. Resident Evil, no idea how they made that so hard and made it so out of whack.
Zombie game.
Which they're making another Resident Evil.
Tomb Raider's still one of the best ones. They're making it as a series now. Yeah. And they're going back to the original adaptation of 1998 with the the Haunted Mansion. The Haunted Mansion. But that's also made by a fan. See, these fans
do a better job.
Are now older, real fans that played it growing up, and they're like, hey, you know what? I want to make this movie, and they're not the guys that were just no offense,
quick buck,
old directors that know nothing of the video game. They saw a way to make money. Hitman was like terrible the second time around. I don't know. The guy that made that game, it's like, what was he watching when he made this game? What video game was he playing? He just saw a bald assassin. Was like, oh, I'm gonna just grab the bald assassin, Agent 47, do whatever the hell I want with it. No concept of the game whatsoever.
Even what's John Wick would not be a Hitman game. Oh, a Hitman movie. because even though they're both hitmen,
but the
totally
way the
game
different.
is and the way John Wick is are totally two different hitmen.
Yeah, it was so bad. There's a backstory to the Hitman series, and they didn't cover it. They covered it so little. The first one was good. I liked it. I thought it was okay. I thought it was adequate. It wasn't good.
It was adequate as far as telling the story of what Hitman is. I think they did a
It
good
only
job
showed it in the
executing.
beginning of the movie when they were clones, and it didn't talk about Dr. Ortmeyer. It talked about Dr. Ortmeyer in the second movie, who didn't even look like Dr. Ortmeyer. And second, Dr. Ortmeyer was like his friend in the movie, which is not the case.
No.
It just I just disconnected myself. So back to Metal Gear. So Jordan's trying to make this game. He's obviously says due to COVID-19, he hasn't begun filming. They still haven't even picked a cast. I mean, you guys said we saw a cast, but there's a lot of talks on who Solid Snake should be. I always thought it should be David Hayter, the original voice actor of Solid Snake, or the only for Solid Snake. But
ooh, shots fired.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the voice actor.
I don't know. It's so Oscar Isaacs. I read an article about a couple of years ago or a year ago now. That he said, I don't know if you know who that is. He's the guy from Star Wars. He's made another movie called Triple Frontier, which was really good.
Poe.
Yeah, about putting his hat in as
I wouldn't see him. I'm sorry.
You don't count Sutherland as a voice actor for Metal Gear?
Kiefer Sutherland? I mean, as who though?
No, because you said only actor of Metal Gear.
No. The only voice actor for Solid Snake I said was David Hayter. Okay. Remember, Kiefer Sutherland plays Venom Snake or Big Boss in Part 5. But yeah, you have guys. I mean, the problem is that a lot of these guys are starting to get older now. But there was a time where you probably could have had Tom Cruise do it or Christian Bale.
Tom Cruise is too small.
Hugh Jackman. Dude. Yeah, probably too small. You need like a guy at 6'1". I think that's what Solid Snake's height is supposed to be in the game. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know how they're gonna make this movie work. I really hope it's successful. He's meeting with Kojima, so I'm pretty sure Kojima's giving him a lot of insight on what to put and what to include in the game and what not to include in the movie. Because it's so in depth. I mean, one of the games alone is like 18 hours of gameplay. How do you put 18 hours and it really is 18 hours of content in the game. How do you put that into a 2.5 hour film? Can't make it 3 hours. That's just too much.
Yeah. Now, if they were to make this
maybe you can
a digital film, like a CGI film,
no one's gonna watch it. You can't be a digital film in the theaters. No one wants to watch a digital movie. I don't think so. Do you want to watch a digital movie?
Depends on what the movie is.
No, you don't.
You never saw the Animatrix?
Nah,
I love that movie.
Don't get me wrong. Obviously, there's animated films that people want to see, but no one wants to see this movie animated, especially since they don't know what it is.
I think the Metal Gear movie would be better as a TV show than a movie. Because in the TV show, you can have a lot of the nuance of what Metal Gear is. Where did Solid Snake come from? Where did Liquid Snake, Big Boss? And kind of tell that story without trying to, like you said, the Hitman movie, it felt like they kind of shotgunned everything. So they weren't able to explain the story well enough because we only got 2 hours. We got to finish this movie quick. Same thing may happen with the Metal Gear. Like, dude, by the time you start explaining that Solid Snake and Liquid Snake were clones of Big Boss, the movie's over.
You don't even have to explain it. I'm not sure how he's going to do the...
Or where the timeline?
You can hint it.
Okay, would you prefer this as a movie or a show? As a film?
I think it should be a series because of how long the Metal Gear Solid story is. It's enormous.
Yeah, season 1 could be the first Metal Gear. Season 2 is Metal Gear 2.
The only thing I get scared with when it comes to making things into series is budget. You can see a downgrade in quality when it comes to a film than a series. In certain things.
Only if HBO picks it up.
Exactly. I was literally about to say that. Only if HBO picks it up.
Max.
If HBO picks it up.
Not only that, I don't know where he would even begin the story. As we all know, the story. No, I mean, it's not that's not where the video game how it does it. I mean, it's not in chronological order.
He needs to begin on Peace Walker in Costa Rica. Yeah, dude.
He could. I don't know where he would start. Honestly,
See, Leo said it should be a Netflix show.
It would be. It probably would be best. I'm surprised he didn't try to aim for that. He wants to make a Metal Gear Solid movie. He wants to make it in a theater experience. I don't know the numbers.
Does a movie make more money than a TV show?
I don't know. Why don't you ask?
Could it be that?
It depends on the show.
Depends.
I mean, on the movie and on the show.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you that. Okay. 2.5 Men made a ton of money, so did Seinfeld.
The Office.
So did
the
Friends.
Office, yeah. So it could.
And
honestly,
so did Avengers,
if Jordan
and so did
Vogt
Avatar,
so did Black Panther.
If he was watching our show, I would hope he's making the movie based on the first Metal Gear, not Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation 1, but Metal Gear, where you find out who Solid Snake is in the very beginning. That's the Metal Gear is about
Snake Eater.
Metal Gear about him and the legendary soldier, right? Make it about him and how do you live up to the legendary soldier, and how he became to be and all that. And you boom, leave it as a sequel, or don't. We all know there's gonna be a sequel if he makes another movie because of the story. But where does he take it from there? Where does he begin?
The only problem with that one is that we have no Ocelot.
Ocelot? No, yeah, there wouldn't be any Ocelot.
I would love for him to start with, even if it's, I would do it from Metal Gear PS1.
I would like that.
And then you could say, hey, the second one's a prequel. Or
sure.
The second one's a sequel. And
yeah.
The third one's a prequel.
Throw it out of whack.
And I would make it into a TV show. Why? Because you then could... Because imagine if you made that one into a movie, dude. You got Raven, you have the Sniper Wolf, you have Psycho Mantis. Dude, Psycho Mantis would come out for a second, boom, he killed him and then moved on. At least if it was a TV show, you could spend like 2 episodes on Psycho Mantis, 2 episodes on Raven.
That's the thing. See, we're expecting this movie to be boss battles. You're expecting that, and it can't be that.
No, but that's why it needs to be episodic, so you can have episodes leading up to him getting to Psycho Mantis. Him actually, episode 1 is him coming out of the submarine, coming out of the little thing, him taking out a bunch of people in the basement, and then going up to the elevator, and then him infiltrating the base. That's episode 1.
No, it's tough. I really don't know how he's gonna pull it off. How does he make?
You need to have the ketchup scene where he gets in the cell, puts the ketchup on the ground. You have to have the scene where he's getting electrocuted.
You can't do that. The electrocuting scene, yeah. The torture scene, sure, with the ketchup scene. Yeah.
No, you got to. You have to have the scene where he's in the duck and he goes over the bathroom and the guy's taking a deuce and he hears her farting and all. That is part of the game. That's part of the lore of Metal Gear.
The codec moments.
Yeah, dude, like when you're there sitting in the bar and you're shooting all the freaking beer bottles and you hit the little rubber ducks.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Best is when he's shooting. You have to have the scene where the guy's about to report that he found them. Have the little don't have the thing, just the sound, and sound, and he takes out his walkie-talkie and he shoots the walkie-talkie as he's trying to report it.
And he's like, "Damn it!"
And it. You have to have the...
So, you got to have a stealth action movie because it's a stealth action espionage, right?
Yeah.
So, you got to have the stealth action espionage.
Yeah, I wrote the story for him.
Yeah, it's... I don't know, man. It's going to be tough. It's tough to get all and cram all that dialogue. Basically, Metal Gear is all dialogue. Some people hate Metal Gear.
2 or 3 hours.
I don't know, man.
Unless if it's a freaking trilogy.
Maybe. It's going to be mostly dialogue, I would imagine. And some fighting, some shooting.
Leo says, don't even worry about it. Movie theaters are closed. They should just make it into a Netflix show.
For real. We'll see. But I don't know. I mean, I would like to see who the cast is. Go from there.
Yep.
And then read the script. See if they like the script. But there's so many iconic characters. the love between Dave, Solid Snake and Meryl Silverberg and the uncle and I don't know if you know that Meryl Silverberg, her uncle is not actually Roy Campbell. That's actually her dad.
Oh.
There's a little backstory there with the dad and the uncle, the real dad and the uncle.
I missed that one.
I'm telling you, it's so in depth. Each character, there's a lot.
And then where does Rose and Jack come in?
Rose and Jack actually were together, and then she gets like kidnapped by the Patriots or some shit, and that's why the second part is not really Rose; it's an AI. And yeah, I don't even know if they're even gonna go into that far to the Patriots and the GW and Arsenal gear and all that. It's a lot, man. There's so much. There's so much content.
You're flooding my brain with information that I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
There's so much.
Dude,
content,
that just sounds like such a good show. Like,
I'm telling you, there's
like a
plot
long
twists.
series of a lot of
if
stuff.
If they would make an
through
anime out of Metal Gear, it would be awesome.
Yeah, there's plot twists and dude, man, it's crazy.
That's
anyway.
yeah,
So
there's a lot.
we could be here all day talking about Metal Gear because of how complex it is. But I wish him the best, Jordan, and I hope he makes a great movie.
Yeah.
The greatest video game movie ever.
Well, guys, that is all for the news today. We can't play the soundbite for it. That's the way the news goes. But like always, we always have those plays of the week that get submitted by some of our fans, and you guys can submit if you guys want at gamebrosclips@gmail.com. If you guys want, send us the video link or the video itself, however way you want, to our email, so that way we can feature your guys' clips. And this week we have 2 coming in. And first we have a play from our man Bravo in his well-renowned game of Rocket League. And here he does his Rocket League tricks and it scores a little goal for the Gamebros studio.
How does he make that happen?
He just
and you telling me he plays with a controller?
Yes. Yeah.
Hitman, you remember the time where we were quote unquote Rocket League players?
Yeah, we were.
Did you ever in your right mind picture yourself making a play like this? Like ours was just pass the ball and you basically hit your card to the ball, but this guy's like flying in midair, doing 360s and back.
Well, people have gotten really good since the game's been out quite some time. I played it recently. I played it for a couple of hours, like a couple of months ago, with some people that had the game, and I got on. It was fun.
Can you make that happen? Can you make that bicycle kick with your car?
Probably not, but it'd be sheer luck.
Dude, it's gotten so extensive to the point where like people
and
do
the game
master
we got it
classes
for free. We got that game for free.
Master classes
to learn how to play Rocket League.
Wow.
You gotta be kidding.
Like
so people pay.
Yes.
Like here, teach me how to make this.
Or people
Rocket League is
people on
such
Fiverr,
a great game.
On Fiverr, they send in their clips and they pay people to coach them what they did wrong in that game.
It's such a great game, man.
You're
the concept
kidding.
is amazing.
No, I'm not kidding.
Why? Why would you care?
Because people want to get better at the game.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, it's crazy to think, but Rocket League is a pretty big esports game.
I get that, but like,
And-
hey, can you
and
teach me how to make this move because I want to get
Universities are offering scholarships and stuff. Like LSU is one of the biggest in the Rocket League esports.
Go Tigers!
And they have a pretty good team. LSU has a good team for
Not
Rocket
this year. COVID just ripped their team apart.
League. I mean, it's online. It doesn't matter.
Oh, you're talking about Rocket League. I thought you were talking about the football team.
Of course, I'm talking about Rocket League.
Go Tigers!
But yeah, it's pretty crazy to see that.
Hey man, you ever heard the coach from LSU? He talks like the water boy coach.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know.
Then we make the play, and at the end he always says, "Go
Ifkiodo.
Go Tigers!"
You ever watched The Waterboy more than once?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to learn what the guy is actually saying? Because he is actually speaking.
Oh, he is. I just remember like.
You don't remember the time where
remember
Bobby
the time Boucher came down in halftime and won the Bud Bowl?
Yeah, that. No, there's
You can do it.
If you watch the movie over and over, Or actually, you know what? There might be translations.
Reminds me of Twisted Metal. You know what's gonna remind you of Twisted Metal? Destruction All Stars.
Nah, you think so? There was nothing like Twisted Metal. Nothing like it.
What if they remake Twisted Metal Black? Oof.
Oh,
I was talking
We've
about
been
that
talking
this
about that.
I'm
mentioned
I'm gonna write David Jaffe. He's cool on Twitter. He'll write me back. I'm like, David Jaffe, can we please have a Twisted Metal Black remake?
Twisted Metal, and that was only on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Never went anywhere else ever.
That's how exclusives work.
I'm surprised they haven't made a Twisted Metal.
David Jaffe made Twisted Metal, and he also made God of War. Same guy.
Why wouldn't he want to make Twisted Metal?
I don't know.
Because he decided he wanted to make some, what was it?
Drawn to Death.
Drawn to Death.
Oh my goodness,
Never
that game
heard
was.
It was a 16-year-old boy's drawings come to life in an multiplayer action fighting game.
Third-person shooter.
What better time than to make Twisted Metal would be now,
Right.
right?
My brother
Party
and I
interactive.
have sat down and talked about. Imagine having Gran Turismo graphics with a Twisted Metal world,
Oh my goodness.
and having you being able to customize your car however you want, but your car is themed to your character. Like, so let's say you pick Sweet Tooth, so you have a ice cream truck, and you have 2 or 3 specials that you can choose from, but you could customize how when you have your regular rockets, where it comes out, where you have your power rockets, where it comes out, where you have your homing. So you customize all that stuff, but your specials are there's 3 different ones you could choose from. So you could customize your car, but it's still a Sweet Tooth, and then you could have the Preacher, you can have Thumper, you can have Axel, you can have all those other characters, but just you could customize it.
All the iconic characters. I mean, I like the fact that they make them. They're already.
That's where he messed up on the last one. He messed up that he only had 3 characters: the baby cry
the
girl,
baby doll.
He had the Preacher and Sweet Tooth. That was it. That's where I think he failed. The whole point of Twisted Metal is having all these crazy characters with all their crazy specials getting together and fighting.
Exactly.
We'll see. We'll see what.
I'll talk to my friend David Jaffe.
Yeah, there you go. Send him a tweet.
Believe it or not, me and him do talk to each other.
That's pretty cool.
On Twitter. We've had back and forth conversations a couple times.
Now,
so I'm going to reach out to him.
Going into the next clip.
This is the world's best clip.
Kuko's excited for this one because it's his own.
I made it, Mama. I made it.
Mom, get the camera. But this is Kuko in an Apex match. Or Kuko, you explain yourself.
So basically, this is the new mode where the circle's always closing, and there was 3 teams left, and this is the circle shrunk on what's it called? Gate or tower? Cage. Sorry.
Cage.
So I don't know if you know, but there's different levels in Cage, and everybody was fighting, and then the circle started shrinking, and then we were all the way at the top. So I'm like, what do we do? How do we kill the guys at the bottom? I'm like, well, we can't kill them. So, and there's no regen. Like, we don't have meta packs. We don't have anything. So I'm like, how do we survive? And I'm like, holy crap, I am freaking Lifeline. Let me wait a little bit, drop my drone, and that way we can outlive the other guys. And that's what I do. Like right here, I'm like, okay.
So
let me do it now.
From the circle?
Yes, the circle is killing all of us. But since I had my little drone, I'm healing ourselves enough to win the match.
Wow, and they died?
They all died except my team.
That's crazy.
It was Kuko's mini clutch moment.
Yeah, that's the only time in my life that I've ever clutched.
That's not the only time in your life.
Nah, in sports I've done it before, but in video games, this is my golden moment. Yeah, it's been almost 2 hours.
But remember, guys, you guys can submit your plays of the week at gamebrosclips@gmail.com. And now we're gonna move into what you guys can spend